Hi guys, another breakdown showcase of a signature design. This one we are doing is from Resident Evil. This is Factor, and he's from the game franchise. So this is the final completed design, and I'm going to show you how I made this from scratch. So we meet on ticket, start from the bottom and work our way up. Okay, so for this image, same again, 450 pixels wide, 200 deep. So first of all, bring in our background. This is a stock image. I'll try and post a link online for you so you can also use it. It's nothing special, it's just, oh, silly me. Reselect it. It's just like an urban destroyed city. So that's what I made. And that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so first of all, I added an adjustment layer to this background. It's a color layer to make it a bit more red. Okay, first of all what I'll do, I bring in my render. So here's my render. This is the focal point of the image. I will post a link to this render, but it'll be different because I've edited the render. He has an arm coming here, but you'll see it when you give you the proper link to the image. Okay, so that's him all placed in. That's where I want him to be. So what I'm going to do now is light orbs. Now what this simply is a brush, shortcut B, and a nice soft brush. Now what you do, you hold down Alt and you select the color, then you put in your brush. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, as you can see. And what I do is set it the screen. Just gives a bit more light. My next layer is a C4D layer. Now these are all mashed together. This is one C4D. I've edited, copied it a few times, and I made it like a border around the whole image. Now obviously the C4Ds are wrong colour. They're like a bluey green. Doesn't match the rest of the image. So that's why I've added a gradient map to this layer. Now this is a clipping mask to this, so it only affects the layer up below it. So we go into this, it's a red and black gradient map, and it only affects that layer. So now it's blending in a wee bit more. Next layer is another C4D. And again another adjustment layer to that, just the color, match the color. Now what I did was put two of them each side, so they almost look like wings. So that's the render. Here's the next C4D. Now I put this one in front because I like the way it blends with curves of his back, so it looks like it's a part of him. Next again, gradient map, just to bring in the color. Next, what I wanted to change his eye color. I like the blue, but the blue wasn't matching the rest of the theme, so I changed them to red. And what I did there was pick the color red with a brush, just color them in with the brush and change it to hue. And that brings them. You can see there's normal, and here's the hue. And if you can't get their exact color, what you could do is Command U. You can bring up your hue and saturation and select colorize, and drag your sliders and it changes the colour. But I've already done it, so I don't need to do it again. Okay, what I did next was another C4D layer. I didn't like how this bit seemed exposed, so I brought another one in. So it's in front of him, so he looks like he's popping out of the image, like he's coming up from like ashes. And same again, just to colorize it, I just copied and pasted the previous gradient map, so it's the same settings, and there you go. Now it blends in with the rest of the C4Ds. Okay, to really make the light orbs pop from the previous layer, I copied this layer and pasted it here. So 2 layers are the same, but this one's on top. When I hit visibility, brings the orbs to the front. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it brings the light from the background forward. Okay, next is my light source, my downlight. So this is a big brush. So press B. A big brush, probably a wee bit bigger. So use your brackets to enlarge, and decrease, and set the weight. And just put your light source in. Now this is set to normal, but you could sort to soft light. But in my case, since it's a black background, it disappears, so I just kept it to normal. Okay, next layer is a brush text layer. This is just a wee bit of effects, a wee bit of depth to it. It's like a tech brush. So let's go down my brushes. And these are all my wee techy brushes. And the next layers are my text layers. So I'll bring in his name. That's his name, Factor. And this is this wee subtext layers. So that's the game, and that's a location within the game, Raccoon City. Right, as you can see, I'm not using any specialized cartoony font, just plain font, and each font has its own effects added to them. So for Resident Evil, I've got my stroke. Right, open it up. I've got a 1 pixel black stroke. My glow is the red, which I sampled from the image. My color overlay, again, is red, but what I did this time was soft light. And the reason I did that because it affects my black and white gradient. That's good. And what I did, so these two, Raccoon City and Resident Evil, have the same effects and Factor. I just made it stand out a bit more, so it did. Next was my border. I call it the movie script border. So you have your border at the top and your border at the bottom. Gives it like a wee movie reel theme. Okay. So my next image was a completed image of all this. But this is my burn and dodge. What burn does and dodge. Dodge highlights and burn adds shadow. So when I highlight this, it's going to be very subtle. As you can see, just very minimal change. Don't want graphic major changes. Next is another image of all the layers, of all the effects. Now, what I'm going to do now is add gradient map, which is an adjustment layer. Now this one is a custom gradient map. As you can see, it's like blue, and it blends in the purple, blends in the orange. Gives a nice wee red glow to it. Next is a photo filter. As you can't see it, this gives a wee pink glow because this is a deep red photo filter. In this theme, I try to go for like a red and black theme, so everything works really nice with each other. This is the final layer. This is everything added together. So this is the flattened image, and that's its job complete. That is that image finally complete. So tell me what you think and have a go at yourself. I'll try and post the links to the render, the C4D, the background image. The gradient map I use won't be available unless you download it, and I'm sure I can't remember where I got it from, but I'll try and remember. Thank you.